Hello all. Yesterday was so gray, and then today it's back to summer. It's one thing about California. Gray weather lasts only for hours or maybe a day or two, and then it's back to being California. You know, blue skies, calm and lovely. Well, we got a motorcycle nut coming here, but we're gonna head off in this direction as soon as I get up there. Alright, this is so important that I thought I'd put it first so that if people click off, they've got the most important stuff out of the way. This is really bad news for people in the US and probably other countries too, because they will follow suit. Whatever the US does is what other countries seem to follow. Regulations. Here in the US, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, is proposing to lift restrictions on toxic herbicides. Oops, somebody's coming. And to allow more of them, or more of the toxicity to be allowed in the US's waterways. The EPA will increase the allowable levels in the US waterways of the herbicide Atrazine. What are the health effects of Atrazine? Well, you might as well just kill us right now, because how about cancer, number one? Number two, eye health degradation, especially the back of the eye. Lots of damage in the macula, will cause semi-blindness or total blindness, cardiovascular damage, uncontrollable weight loss, heart, lung, and kidney congestion on an uncontrollable level. So atrazine here in the US is allowed in the waterways at a low level, which is stupid to begin with. But to increase that level to dangerous levels just so people can make more money at the top. Who sells these terrible herbicides? Of course, the big corporations who are poisoning the planet with their product. And the US doesn't seem to care, and I'll tell you why later. So, on another topic, the Arctic Ocean could be ice-free partially by the year 2044. For part of the year in the summer. This will be completely ice-free starting in 2044, according to the latest study on this. So, throughout the years, people have asked, what is the rate of melt in the Arctic Ocean? Well, the same study came up with an answer. It's the first one of anybody's study to do this. But the rate of melt is now 13% per decade in the negative range. So that's how they got that in 10 years will be ice-free part of the time in the Arctic Ocean. Kind of interesting, huh? We've been talking about this in the environmental sphere for some time. Finally, we've got some actual science on it. And as you know, I absolutely love science. Because I believe in it, because I took it, and I know what it is, and I know it works. It builds airplanes, saves you from heart attacks, makes it possible to go 70 miles an hour on a freeway. All kinds of things came from science, and science is an absolute. It doesn't change. Airplanes don't just start disintegrating because science quit working. It always works. Let's talk about the Amazon rainforest for a minute. Did you know this year's fire season destroyed 4 times more forest and trees than in the past 3 years? So we've now increased deforestation in the Amazon by 3 times in just 1 year. Humans are just devouring their planet without control and without much care. Soon, this is all you see. The reason the fires are so devastating in the Amazon this year is the incredible speed at which the Amazon is drying out, because people in the Amazon are now cutting down the forest so that they can raise livestock, palm oil, and other commodities for the Western market. Do you use palm oil or eat fast food meat? This meat that they raise in the Amazon only goes to the fast food industry because the meat is poor quality, because the ground is poor quality and the grass is poor quality. We're going to head on out this way over here and see what there is that way. It's a beautiful day. Not many people out. You know why? Because people think it's winter and they don't bother to go outside to see if it's warm or cold. This is the time of the year when you smell fires in fireplaces and it's 80 degrees out. Okay, much further along in the day here on my possibly last hike of my life. No, it's not that bad. Tomorrow I'm not looking forward to. So I thought I'd do a full day video hike. Just have a good time. When you know there's something not good coming. Here comes a rider. Oh, hello. Let's see here. Okay, let's get back to the environmental news. I think I'll put you up against this tree. So France, or France, whichever you prefer, talking about the country, has reversed a tax cut that would have allowed tax breaks for palm oil plantations and businesses. They reversed that and took it off. They also took palm oil off the list of biofuel sources because of the destructiveness of the rainforest to grow palms and make palm oil. It's a very destructive, horrible, horrible idea to do at this time. We might be able to do it on an indoor gardening setup somehow, but that's in the future. So, what do we say about it? Well, the only thing we can say, stop using palm oil and palm oil products. Make sure what you buy has no ingredients that harms the planet. Man, that's a hard one, but at least try it as far as you can go with it. And I understand, because I try to get the necessities which are made of recycled tin or steel or aluminum or something like that. Copper, all those are reusable and are good sources to use to make things. But of course the plastics industry has undercut the steels industry, and so people are just using endless amounts of plastic now, and that plastic hasn't gone anywhere. The very first piece of plastic that was ever made is still on this planet today. It doesn't go away. So we'll go a ways here and then we're going to go out into the open. We finally have gone a very backwards way up to the top of the hill, where it might be a bit too windy, but I'll try and find a spot where we can talk about politics. I'm sure you just can't wait for that. Why'd everybody click off? Oh, come on, politics has to be part of the discussion. Has to be. It's just up the trail a ways. Well, it always helps to turn on the record button. You don't have to do video over and over. Okay, let's talk politics. The sun seems to be very harsh today. Sorry about that. So, the Senate Democrats and Republican GOPers have gotten together to pass a bill 5.2765. This is an automatic austerity bill headed for the U.S. This will allow gutting of all social programs, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, to the cost of $9.5 trillion. That's quite a tax cut for the wealthy, isn't it? More austerity for the U.S. more wealth for the wealthy. Do you think this is going to work for very long? 9.5 trillion, guys, given to the wealthy out of the necessity for the poor to get some help with Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. We're going to get rid of all that. The wealthy. What would we do without them? Hint, hint. The wind is coming up more. I'm going to have to finish up with this video quickly before we run out of time, before it gets too windy. Okay, and last but not least, I wanted to talk about the new YouTube changes. The reason I brought up that issue on my last video was to get people to wake up to what YouTube's doing and start complaining to YouTube. They will listen. The people there do listen to their customers, as long as their voices are all together and loud. So let's save YouTube. Just write them a nice, polite note saying you do not like the new terms of service, and that all creators need to be kept on YouTube. YouTube was always a platform for the people that couldn't afford to make a huge video or film production system or company or anything else, and YouTube allowed this, and there's not really any alternative yet. So make your voices loud. That's what this channel's about, is we all make our voices loud together, and let's continue on. And by no means should small independent videographers delete their channels. Not yet. Let them delete them. Don't you delete it. That would be a real drag. I like those little, those are my favorite videos to watch, are the smaller ones. Not the great big popular ones. Those are too stupid for me. I need a little bit of education with my videos, if you know what I mean. There is one way we can save all the little guys, and it's such an easy fix. Just subscribe to them. Subscribe to their channels. Over 50% of the people that watch this channel aren't subscribers. If you subscribe to the channel, it makes YouTube think that possibly it's a better channel to keep hold of and not get rid of. So all the small little channels we need to all subscribe to. I definitely appreciate all the ups and downs and new subscribers, and until next time.